Hey guys, Road Warrior here. I wanted to put up a little Jacunda thing and showing you guys some marks here. Also, a key tip on this afterwards is after playing it, just think 4 times now. I did not put a comp play along this, but a tip from my buddy Bergie. He's kind of staying focused on the two spots around the dock, which I probably should have did. Nonetheless, if you guys want extra marks, I do have marks over here as well, if I can find it. Okay, there's another spot for the Jacunda. Smile, it's Jacunda time. Um, as well as there's this spot. So the spot to the left of the dock, spot to the right, and then there's one a little farther down that you will see me catch. But I happen to only hit 3 spots in this. I had a double-digit run in it. It's something I'm just trying to learn on. As far as the setup, a jig winner is probably the way to go. Now that Mary runner, here's a conversation for you. The Mary runner isolates out the Jacunda and the bass only, so you're not missing on Bikira and other things. But kind of keynote here. Go look in your the shop. Go to minnows. Click them down exclusively and go through. Also, make sure that you're paying attention. It's not a sinking or a floating, as I've discussed before in my crankbait series on my lure guides. That's one that you might be able to purchase right there. A 2.0 that's a floating. Now, a lot of these are sinking, but you can go through and kind of look for yourself. You're going to want one that's floating, and here's why. In the event that the peak that's coming up here, you'll see that the actual this peak in particular, the barometric pressure was high. I don't know if anybody's watched that video, pay attention to it. But anytime you see that barometer up there, that's not a thermometer, that's a barometer. More times than not, you're going to find a lot of the fish are, at the midwater or upper part. Again, I'm just kind of showing you as I go here. I did not win this or anything, but this is something, a void I had on my channel as far as these new comps. But I wanted to kind of put together, get you in striking distance at least. Now you can kind of use the same strategy here, maybe for big redfish if you wanted to do this sort of a thing, kind of like Rodrigo had said before a long time ago on big redfish for the salmon. You can kind of just pop that at the top, be ready to set the hook. I do get a nice fish right here off the start. Got me a decent kicker here, so it's a point per Jacunda. Nothing else counts in the event that you didn't know that and you're watching this in the future. You're only looking to get the Jacunda. They're only worth 1 point per Jacunda. I did get a unique right off the bat here. Again, just kind of showing you multiple ways you can use this, but again, you're going to, on this particular peak, you'll see there where the barometer is. I'm working that lure towards the top 1/3, or at least no deeper than halfway down the water column. Again, you're just looking to harvest these things as quick as you can in a 45-minute time frame. I think mistakes I've made in the past, like I think my buddy Bergie mentioned, I don't think you really need more than maybe 3 spots, to be honest, but you could fine tune some of this for yourself. Also, if you're not good at the top water crankbait, so to speak, you can use my reel and flow method that I use for sharks and that sort of thing. Simply hold your rod up, keep the hook set up, and just kind of flicker that back and forth. You can rewind that to see what I'm doing. If you need help with crankbait tips, again, look around on my channel. I have lure guides on pretty much any lure class, whether it's swim baits, crankbaits, jigs, spinners, top water, all those sort of things to help you out. Also, look at this. Again, you're going to be missing on a lot of butterfly bass, but the good thing is you're not catching Biara. You're not getting ate up by the piranha. Occasionally, depending on what you use, you can even hook arapaima in certain spots. So, but again, my honorable mentions on this. A lot of people are saying they like the little 1.0 swim baits, the little 3.0 buzz baits paired with something. But again, I think you open yourself up to other things. The 1.0 walkers will also work on top of the water, but again, you're going to get Biara and piranha on those as well with the bass. But I'll show you later on here. Moving on here to spot 2. Again, just kind of paying attention to that retrieve when I'm doing. I'm focusing on the 1/3 top. Now, a peak could change in this, and that's the cool thing is that's a 19-foot Mary runner. Again, look around in the shops. I think there's that one for 2. It's a 2.0. Kind of look around, see what you got. Hopefully you picked up this Mary runner around Christmas. But you can see that this one, it's definitely effective enough to get me in striking distance. This is something I'll practice at some point. But again, you can just keep your rod tip down as well. Just kind of reel and float or a stop and go. Just focusing on that upper 1/3. Also in that spot, you'll notice they'll bite up a little closer. It's something you could fine tune here if you wanted to practice. This is another spot you can come over and get you a couple points nonetheless if you didn't have this spot. Again, just doing that same thing. Just a nice reel and flow. Just showing you different options you can do, whether you want to hold your rod tip up, whether you want to flicker it at the top, just little, quick stop and goes at the top. But they are, at least in this peak, they are near the surface. and that is something that will definitely help you out. Again, I've talked about locating the fish before in the water column. That's a big plus if you can keep it in their strike zone in regards to what you're targeting. So always be aware of that. If you were not aware of that, check out my barometric pressure video I just put up on the channel a day or two ago. Again, going towards the end here, I rotated back to the left side of the dock, and I think that's probably what I should have did to start with. I think my buddy Bergie's right. He gave us that tip to pass along, so thank you, Bergie. He's getting really good at this one as well. This is a fairly new comp. I think it's only been out for a couple months or less here on Fishing Planet, but it's one I would highly encourage you to try out. Even if you're having misses, you catch a bunch of stuff, but you can see there I did not miss on anything but the butterfly bass. I caught plenty of Jacunda with this. I think I ended up taking 15th or 16th or 17th place. I can't remember where I ended up, but I started there with all these guys. But I'm always happy to be able to get up in the double digits. It's definitely something I can build off of, especially if I focus on just one or two spots. I would not, it's a 45-minute comp, so I wouldn't get too far away. Just kind of let this play out here at the end. Just kind of showing you in real time about what time it takes you to get over to your dock or your. This does have a finish line, and the finish line is located right off this boat spawn, right off the dock there. And I'll show you that here in a second. As you can tell, the time's ticking away. We got less than a minute, but I'm just going to show you real quick. I think I end up even speed reeling this in. I got about 48 seconds. So this is from this spot just near the boat dock. Just kind of showing you here in real time is the reason I'm letting this play out. Also, if you did not know and you're watching this, the green kayak is usually better for these kind of competitions just because it has more stamina, guys. So if you're looking at what kayak to pick, it has more stamina. It may not be the fastest kayak, but it's got good medium speed. As you can see, the clock's ticking down, and our stamina doesn't wear down too quick, so you can paddle it for long distances. In the event anybody that did not know that, the green kayak is the way to go for the most of the community would probably agree with that. We get down here again, just kind of showing you how that played out. Also, there's not a 10-second timer, guys. It's if you don't leave that within 10 seconds. So be there 1 second before. Hope this helps out, and take care.